Hi Capricorn, thank you for joining me for your reading. So I'm going to get straight into this, okay? And if there's anything that you feel that you need to know, then you can find all of that information in my descriptions box and in my pinned comments as well. Right, so Capricorn Collective in love, please. Cross watchers, you can switch the roles around as well, okay? With it being a general read, it's all interchangeable. Now, that's interesting. I'm trying to think who else had that card. I think it was Libra, but I can't be too certain. Right, transformation. This is nice. This is really, really nice. So, obviously, this is 8th house energy, and 8th house is Scorpion. It's the ruler of transformation, death, rebirth. It can be inheritance, taxes and assets as well. Obviously I'm not feeling that so much with this card. This is about a metamorphosis, okay? Change can be hard, change can be painful, but it's also very, very necessary. I'm feeling with this one, Capricorn, that either you going through a lot of changes right now, so that could be physical changes, you could be going through physical changes, or this could be like your way of thinking. You could be changing up your way of thinking. And for some of you, interestingly enough, I'm actually getting that you have changed someone else. You've been a catalyst for change, okay? You might have been dealing with an individual who was afraid of change. They refused to change, and you've given them quite a lot to think about, either through something that you said to them, or just through you being you. This was very, very necessary, okay? Interesting. So something or someone is currently going through a transformation. So again, with this being a general reading, you're going to have to fit these pieces of the puzzle where you feel it's applicable to you, all right? Because everybody's story is going to be different. Right, so let's get into your tarot, and we're going to ask very specific questions about the person that you're dealing with. And the first thing that we're going to ask is, how does your person currently see you at this time? How does Capricorn's person currently see? Thank you. You have 2 more, please. How does Capricorn's person currently see Capricorn, please? Oh, wow, okay. Right, so you've got the 2 of Wands, that's Aries energy, and Strength, that's Leo. Right. Someone is seeing that you've quite possibly changed direction. You might have done a U-turn on something. Judgment. Pluto energy, Scorpion energy. Literally, as I said the word U-turn, you get the Judgment card that comes out. So yeah, it's the same as this one. It's the same card. Rebirth, listening to your higher calling, making the final judgment on something, hearing the call, feeling your higher purpose, and really going for it, really being proactive when it comes to your higher calling, right? So someone around you is bearing witness to this U-turn. Again, you can switch it around, okay? If you feel that this is in reverse, Capricorn, then that's absolutely fine, all right? I just have to try and read it as straight line as I can, just so that you can make better sense of what it is that I'm saying, all right? So yeah, this looks like a U-turn somehow. We're also seeing these sunflowers are really, really interesting. Whenever I see sunflowers, I straight away, for some reason, I do think about March and April time. So this is very much active in your energy right now. You've also got someone who is looking up to you as well. It's like they're following you around like a little sunflower. And the sweetest thing about sunflowers is that they follow the sun around, okay? So they point in the direction that the sun's facing. And on a cloudy day, when there is no direct sunlight, they actually face each other. It is really, really sweet. I love sunflowers. But yeah, they will face each other. So this is someone who is basically waiting for you to make some kind of a decision here, all right? That they've got a lot of admiration for you. Also, we've got 2 eagles here in this deck. 2 eagles. So it's being able to see everything from a higher perspective. It's being able to rise above the little things. It's rising above the opinions of others as well, which is coming through really, really strongly. So for some of you, not all of you, but for a small handful of you, this is in regards to a same-sex relationship where one of you, it's like maybe your friends and family were not supportive of this particular relationship. Okay, it could also be some kind of belief system that was put in place that is massively against same-sex relationships. Okay, these 2 eagles in this card are telling me a story within themselves here. All right, that is categorically rising above the opinions of others. All right. And again, the fact that it came out with the Judgment card as well is really adding to that energy, all right? So that there's something here where 2 individuals who are wanting to be together, but there's something about their physical world that is stopping them from being together, all right? It's really, really nice. It gives a lot of depth to the reading as well. Okay, how does Capricorn's person feel towards Capricorn, please? Ooh, 3 of Swords, Libra energy, heartbreak. They're hurting. They're not doing well without you, basically. This entire situation is really, really hurting them. 5 of Wands, it's Leo energy. The Emperor is Aries, and the Devil. That's your major arcana. So how they're feeling about you, Capricorn, listen, you're constantly on their mind. Constantly. No breaks, no release. You're constantly there. You're the first thought that they have in the mornings. You're the last thought that they have at night. Throughout the day as well, they're constantly thinking about you. This pain is very, very real. And it's causing a lot of internal conflict for them as well. They know what they want. They just don't know how to get it, is what I'm seeing in this read. Okay, they know that they're wanting you, they just don't know how to get you. Emperor. That's all about taking charge of the situation. It's all about being the boss. In their heart, it's like they know that they have to take some kind of decisive action towards you, or else this is going to be a missed opportunity. All right. Now, with this particular combination, this is where it gets a little bit hazy, because the Emperor with the Devil combination, it can be someone who comes across as being too pushy. All right, so you might feel that this individual needs to change their tact towards you, that they need to do things differently. But again, with the Emperor energy, they don't know how. They don't know how to change tact, because they're so accustomed to doing things in their way. All right, it's not always necessarily the best way. I am going to have to clarify this. So why is the Emperor here, please, with the Devil? Where's the Emperor here, please, with the Devil? Oh. Judgment again. Now, in their heart space, they're either telling me here that they were not listening to their higher calling when it pertains to the connection with you, or vice versa. They could be telling me that you were not listening to your higher calling when it pertained to this particular connection. Somebody, either you or they, Capricorn, tried to ignore this particular situation, tried to ignore this connection, tried to pretend that it wasn't happening, tried to kind of push it to the wayside and just leave it be and not look at it. This reading is telling me that now you're both looking at it. Now you're both really analysing it. It's an interesting one because I do feel that there's a lot of mirroring of each other's energies as well. What actions is this person likely to take, please, toward Capricorn? Thank you. Okay, that's actually gone in reverse. Okay, Six of Swords in reverse. Oi, Capricorn, someone from your past is making a return. All right. 2 cards of Judgment, technically 3 with the Transformation card coming out. The Six of Swords, that's Aquarian energy. When it's in upright, it pertains to someone who's leaving the past behind. That specifically came out in reverse. So someone from your past is making their return. That's their actions towards you, Capricorn. They're coming back. Somebody is coming back. What actions will they take toward Capricorn, please? Thank you. High Priestess, Moon energy. Listening to their intuition, listening to their subconscious, listening to the signs and synchronicities that they've been receiving, that they tried to ignore. This is a very, very powerful connection that you share with someone here, Capricorn. This is undeniable at this point. It feels very divinely orchestrated as well. I'm not going to lie to you, all right? This situation is intense for reason. And the reason being that this is your person. This is your person. Other actions will they take, please, toward Capricorn? Interesting. 6 of Wands, Leo energy. That's the Lord of Victory. Victory, success, celebration. They're in it to win it. They're categorically taking this decisive action towards you, Capricorn, and they're in it to win it. They're not going to allow you, or this connection, I should say, to just slip through their fingers. This is someone who has experienced being around you. They have experienced being hurt somehow by this connection. They've experienced not being with you, and now they want to come back in. And then you've got the Star at the bottom of the deck. That's Aquarius energy, healing, nurturing, rebuilding. That's a healthy balance with the Star. So I'm feeling with this one, someone has gone through a really difficult transition stage in their life that required a lot of healing. And under there you've got death. Okay, so that's Scorpion energy. Again, it's another message about transformation. Could it be that this particular connection was a catalyst for the necessary healing that was required for both individuals to come into union with each other? Because that's what I'm feeling really, really strongly with this reading, Capricorn. You've both been a catalyst for each other. You have both really made each other analyse the things in their lives that they thought was true. It's turned out that they were false beliefs. The things that you were both ignoring in your lives that should have been tackled but never were. And then it's like you've come face to face with each other, and all of a sudden all of the things that were ignored previously by you both, they have been dragged up to the surface and magnetized in front of your face to the point where it can no longer be ignored. All right, so old ways of thinking, old ways of being and doing, just everything and anything that requires a painful transformation. This connection with you being each other's catalyst for change so that you can both live to your highest and truest potential. This was divinely orchestrated. It was, you were put in front of each other for a good reason. You probably both share a very similar past that is fraught with a lot of trauma, okay? And that trauma was ignored. It was just completely brushed off like it was nothing, right? So what this has done is it's pulled to the forefront all of these repressed feelings and memories so that you can work through the things that were being kept repressed. Because when we ignore things that happened to us in the past, when we ignore our feelings pertaining to that, it can become really, really toxic. When we do not validate our own life experiences, it can become toxic, and in actual fact we could end up gaslighting ourselves, all right? Telling ourselves, oh, well, things weren't that bad, other people have had it so much worse. You know how it goes, right? So all of a sudden, with this connection being a catalyst for change and transformation, all of those repressed memories and feelings have been coming up to the surface. So what you do is you sit with them, all right? You acknowledge that the memory is there. You acknowledge the emotion that's attached with that particular memory, and you sit with it. Don't wallow in it, but you sit with it. You feel it. You acknowledge it. And then by doing that, you're actually releasing it back up into the universe. And that is your transformation. Now, we've had this message out in your read once, twice, with healing, and then rebirth twice, 3 times. This is divinely orchestrated. You two were put on each other's path deliberately by the divine or the universe, whichever name you prefer to give it, it makes no difference. It's all part of the same thing. For those who were really stuck on this particular person, on this particular connection, this is the answer as to why you have felt so stuck. And these are the answers as to how you become unstuck. It's all about that inner work. It's all about sitting with those emotions. Do not be ashamed or afraid to cry if you need to cry. Never ever keep anything tucked away into the dark recesses, because it will come back one day and it will bite you in the ass and it will hurt. All right? That there is no shame in feeling the emotions. This is all about having a healthy release for the dross of your past that is still active within your energies. That's what this connection has been all about. This has been for both of you to do the work individually. And then it's showing me, Capricorn, that your person is feeling more stable. They're feeling more ready and able to approach you with a solid and tangible offer of a very prosperous future together. They're in it to win it. They're feeling it. It's a beautiful read, Capricorn. It's really, really nice. Right, so we're going to get further clarity for you, hopefully. Or we could end up turning the entire read on its head. You can never really tell with oracle cards. Sometimes they work beautifully with the reading, and then other times they give additional information that sometimes you'd probably rather not have. It's just weird the way that they work. Right, so you've got bride, wife, partner interested in, the love of a lifetime, wedding or event, commitment or advancement. Yep. And then on guard, competing for someone, interesting, and an empath, guarded, needing space, takes time and skilled interaction. So with this one, Capricorn, either you're already married or they are already married, right? And that's clear because on guard came out with it, all right? So someone feels that they're unable to do much about this particular situation because of prior commitments. It could be that for some of you. For others of you, this could be someone wanting to marry you, and you might have a very strict rule about not wanting to be married. Either way, there is a lot of convincing that's going on here. It's like trying to convince someone to see something from a different perspective. Try and open up their mind a little bit. Right. Okay. So you've got love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. And very soon clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So someone was undecided about this particular connection, mostly because they couldn't figure out what it was. All right, they absolutely felt the connection, they felt its intensity, they felt that it was absolutely a catalyst for a change, but they couldn't quite put the pieces together, you know, the puzzle pieces. They couldn't quite make it click. So they've analysed it, they've reanalyzed it, they've had all of these things that have been brought up to the surface, and credit where credit's due here, Capricorn, whether this is you or your person, somebody here needs a medal of some kind, because there has been a serious change that has taken place here. I'm feeling to an extent it's both of you. Honestly, you're needing a break as well. You might have found that your sleep has been badly affected and all the rest of it. It's just been exhausting. But it's not because of this individual. It's the type of stuff that this connection brought up with it. It had nothing to do with the individual per se. It was just, sometimes there are connections out there like that. That it's not the person, it's just the memories that they trigger somehow. I'm seeing, Capricorn, that you will be expressing your love towards each other. You will be. I'm also seeing that that's going to happen a lot sooner than what you would have realised as well. Oh, interesting. You've got the mirror. Okay, so you're quite possibly dealing with a mirror soul here, given by the information that we've already had out in your read, Capricorn. Some of you have been dealing with a twin flame connection, and that's why it's a mirror soul. That's why it's been a catalyst for change. Now I need you to listen closely. If you've been dealing with an individual who is violent, who is physically abusive to you or mentally abusive to you in any way, shape or form, Capricorn, then this reading is not your reading, okay? This is not that type of relationship. That type of relationship is being trauma bonded to someone, which is very, very different from a twin flame connection, all right? When we say that twin flame connections are a rough ride and they're really, really difficult to navigate, it's because of the type of energies that come with it. It's not because it's a violent relationship. Your twin flame would never, ever, ever hurt you deliberately, ever. It's just simply the type of energy that when you're both in the vicinity of each other, it creates a third energy. And that third energy pulls up repressed emotions, repressed memories. It's to strip you down to the very bare minimum so that you can start to rebuild yourselves. It's not because of someone being disgusting towards you or vice versa, right? It's not that kind of destruction. This is a spiritual destruction that a twin flame brings with, all right? Not physical or mental. And I always do feel the urgent need to really emphasize on that, because I've had a few comments from people who were saying that they were dealing with their twin flame and their twins were putting them in hospital and all the rest of it. That, to me, that is not a twin flame connection. That's a trauma bond. That is something completely different. Okay. A twin flame connection is no walk in the park. But that's because of all the reasons that I've already discussed. Right? It's not a walk in the park because they're a violent person. All right? Please do not get it mixed up. So this has come out to confirm that basically this is a twin flame connection that you're dealing with, Capricorn. That's why it's felt very bizarre, very strange. That's why 1 minute yous have loved each other, the next minute yous have hated each other. That's why the feeling has been really intense and difficult. You need to remember the one thing. This is a mirror soul. This is you, right? This is your reflection. The intensity comes from having that much love and hate for yourself at the same time. And that is why twin flame connections are difficult to deal with. Because we've been given this image of it's a Hollywood love of a lifetime, and you're going to get married, and you're going to have kids, and you're going to run off into the sunset together, and everything's going to be hunky-dory. No, that would be a soulmate. That's not a twin flame. Lemuria returns. Again, emphasis about someone returning from your past. It's also about shared responsibilities, enjoying good health, meaningful connections or gatherings, and stepping away from rush hour living. And then dreams, vivid dreaming, dream messages, dream teaching, receiving information through your dreams. So the chances are quite high here that you have been having conversations with your twin flame in their dreams. Works both ways. Everything about this read, Capricorn, is your twin flame coming through, returning from the past. There will be an opportunity for you two to have a conversation and to be in each other's physical space once again. I need to be careful with my language. There you go. I was saying I need to be careful with my language, because it's not about you two being in each other's energies once again. You two have never left each other's energies, all right? This is about the physical world. You two, with you being twins, you're constantly in each other's energies. Constantly. There is no break from it. You're constantly connected. And there is no cutting the cord with a twin flame. It's not allowed for a start. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. So someone felt awkward, guilty, or ashamed of this particular situation. They felt that something wasn't allowed. That's coming through really loud and clear, and we saw it right at the start as well. There was something about this connection that someone said it's not allowed. Why is it not allowed? And we did clock that a small handful of you are in same-sex relationships as well. Listen, there is no right or wrong when it comes down to love. There isn't. This is a divinely orchestrated connection. This is of the utmost importance. Who gives a shit what anybody in the physical world has to say about that? So Capricorn, please. Have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon. I'm focused on what I want. So that's your positive affirmation, Capricorn. That's pretty much your motto for life anyway, right? So remember, you're focused on what you want. It says just because you can't see your dreams, it doesn't mean that they're not manifesting. Don't look back, stay focused on moving forward, be patient as events unfold, and find your courage. Have faith in your dreams, Capricorn. So Capricorn, please. Ooh, right, fluidity, outer core. It's a beautiful image as well. Right, so I always say that you get 3 messages that come with these healing cards. Okay, your first message comes from the creator of the deck. Your second and most important message comes from your own intuition while you're looking at the card. And then your third message comes from your reader and their intuition. So it says, be fluid in your thinking. Holding on to old ideas in a rigid way is not beneficial for you. A nimble mind is a healthy one. It is never too late to admit that you were wrong or to change your mind according to the new information. And strangely enough, the element that rules this card is actually fire. Now, I would have thought that it was water, but it's not, it's fire. So yeah, having a nimble mind, it's okay for you to change your mind. So Capricorn, same message. If you remember right at the start here, it was you're doing a U-turn, or your person was doing a U-turn. That's that card. It's okay for you to change your mind. It's okay to come back or make a return, a U-turn. Interesting. It's Capricorn's focus, please. A lot of you have felt that you've been dealing with this connection by yourself as well. I do need to point out here, with this very clearly being a twin flame reading, your counterpart knows all about it, all right? They know exactly what this connection is. They know exactly what's what. They know exactly what you've been through, because they've had to go through the same, right? Everything that you've been through, they've been through. Right, so your focus is allowing relax, enjoy yourself, have faith, allow situations to unfold, answers come and the highest outcome. Yeah. So I like to remind with this particular card that you're in charge of your life, right? It is up to you how much BS you allow in your life, okay? You're not in charge of the way that others treat you. Fair enough. You are in charge of how long those types of individuals stay in your life for, though. That's the bit that you're in charge of. You're in charge of how much you allow. Now, quite clearly, someone here in this particular connection has got other people giving it all this in their ears, saying it's not allowed, it's wrong, yada, yada, yada. Well, guess what, Capricorn? This entire read is telling you it's not wrong. This is divinely orchestrated right from the get-go. Whatever anybody on planet Earth has to say about this particular relationship, tell them to GTFO, because you know in your heart of hearts that this feels right. Right, so for your final message for this reading, I do have to give a warning with this particular deck because it's very, very similar to the Rebel deck, depending on what card you get. Okay, some of them can be really sweary and blunt, and of course not everybody's into that. Right, so final message please for Capricorn. Oh, you got 2. Right. Behold the field in which I grow my fucks. Lay thine eyes upon it and see that it is barren. Cultivate calm. Yep. I love that message, given the fact, Capricorn, that either you or your person has got people nipping in their ears saying that this connection's wrong. Sit down and shut up. In other words, meditate. That's brilliant. So that was your reading, Capricorn. I really, really do hope that that's helped somebody out there. You do, honestly, you've done so well to carry yourself through this particular situation. It's not easy, not by any stretch of the imagination. I can clearly see that you've both done a lot of the inner work on yourselves though, and that's highly, highly commendable. So whoever's read this is, I would say a huge congratulations, basically. So yeah, that's your reading, Capricorn. If you would like to book a private reading with me, then the link to do so is in the descriptions box and it's in the pinned comment below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely week and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi guys, so I just wanted to do this extra segment at the end of the videos to explain my table theme throughout the month of March. So my table theme is dedicated to a really beautiful, kind soul. She's called Karen. I'm not going to give her full name, obviously, because I would like to protect her full identity, but she's called Karen and she's from the Maliseet tribe, which means the people of the beautiful river. And she sent me this, I hope I can pronounce it correctly. She sent me this Willamaskill, which is sweet grass, and it's grown in her territory, and it's actually one of their 4 sacred medicines, so it's really, really special. She taught me how to use it properly and how to look after it, and she also sent this beautiful dream catcher as well, and that was actually handmade by a Mi'kmaq elder, and I keep this on my wall close to me at all times. And she also sent me this beautiful handmade card as well. I am completely and utterly grateful for her kindness and her generosity. It's absolutely incredible, and that's why I wanted to dedicate this month's theme purely to Karen and to her tribe and to her people, to her culture. It's honestly to have these items that are so utterly special is just so incredible. I'm so grateful. I'm so proud as well. So thank you so much, Karen. Wally one.